Hello, my name is Nicole Vargas, and I'm doing my integrated case analysis on the Coca-Cola Company. So here's just an overview and the table of contents. And here's a quick video of the introduction into the Coca-Cola Company.
Coca-Cola is constantly looking at what the trends are out there in the emerging categories. We actually have a business unit called Venturing and Emerging Brands that are every day, sweeping the country. We do a lot of acquisitions and partnerships through VEB. Honest is a great brand, and Honest Tea is a fabulous proposition to the consumer.
I left my job in the mutual fund company and launched Honest Tea out of my house. I managed to get an appointment with the local Whole Foods buying office, managed to get an order for 15,000 bottles. When we made the decision to take in the investment from Coca-Cola, we were at a point as a company, do we stay in our niche, in the natural foods niche, where we were the best-selling tea, or do we really try to scale this and grow and democratize organics? If we hadn't taken that course, I think we would have still stayed a strong performing tea in the natural foods channel, but I think we would have lost that opportunity to cross over and to really democratize organics, to reach a much larger part of this country, not to mention the international expansion we're now seeing for Honest Tea.
Coca-Cola is always looking for what consumers want, what their desires are, and how to meet their occasions. When you think about ultra-filtered dairy, we've got a product called Fairlife. When you think about coconut water, we have Zico. When you talk about organic, we have Honest Teas. We also have Suja. It's part of our DNA as a company and part of our mission and our values to, we say, refresh the world and really make a difference.
We're very proud to be part of Coca-Cola's vision of a Beverages for Life offering. And so for us to be able to see a product like Honest Kids be available in a McDonald's Happy Meal, that all of a sudden makes organic vastly more accessible, much more of an everyday thing. We hope this will contribute to a broader acceptance of organics across all parts of the population.
Alrighty. So here's just a Coca-Cola's company history. In 1886, Dr. John Pemberton invents Coca-Cola in Atlanta, first sold at Jacob's Pharmacy for 5 cents. In 1892, Asa Candler buys the formula and forms the Coca-Cola Company. In the early 1900s, cocaine was removed from the recipe. The iconic contour bottle was introduced, and sales grow rapidly. From 1940s to 1960s, Coca-Cola expands worldwide, becoming available in over 120 countries. From 1980s to the 2000s, new products like Diet Coke, Sprite, and Dasani launch. The brand reaches over 200 countries as well. And from the 2010s to today, they focus on low sugar drinks, sustainability, and global innovation. They remain one of the highest, are one of the world's most recognized brands. Alrighty, and here's just an overview on the pestle analysis. So going into political, they increase regulations on sugar and caffeine, and it affects the product formulas. Lawmakers push stricter health standards globally. Economically, high water usage leads to costly disputes in water-scarce regions. Globally, economic crisis impacts production and operations. Social, culturally, strong focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Like controversies do impact reputation as well. Technological development of sugar-free and lower calorie alternatives. Innovation is sustainable in sustainable production and packaging. Environmental, like large water requirements create sustainability challenges. The company invests in water conservation due to rising scarcity. Legally, they must comply with global regulations on health, safety, and ingredients. Public scrutiny tied to discrimination claims and resource usage. So resources, capabilities, and competitiveness. The Coca-Cola Company, they have financial strength with consistent growth despite challenges like COVID-19. They also have competitive strengths with world-leading brand recognition, offensive strategies like innovation, new flavors, healthier drink options, also heavy marketing and sponsorships like Olympics and major events. Defensive strategies like product improvements like Diet Coke, Coke Zero, environmental initiatives, recyclable packaging, reduced water usage. The Blue Ocean strategy, like unique product lines, Coke and coffee, flavored waters, expansions into underdeveloped global markets. Resource access depends on global agriculture, supply chains, sugar, fruits, teas, coffees, etc. So their corporate strategies, they use low cost provider strategy by producing beverages in large quantities to lower cost. Franchise bottling systems increases efficiency and produces or reduces expenses. Broad differentiation strategy. Strong global brands with unique tastes and iconic packaging. They use wide product variety like sodas, teas, juices, energy drinks, and water. They have a uniqueness driver like the secret formula and highly recognizable branding, innovative franchise distribution system since 1889, special regional flavors, and constant product innovation. They also have value drivers by having affordable pricing and global availability, strong marketing, slogans, ads, polar bears, share a Coke, wide drink selection, also meets diverse customer needs, focused low cost strategy. They offer different package sizes to be affordable for all incomes, targeting students, middle class, and low income consumers. They use local bottlers to minimize production expenses as well. And corporate ethics, they use ethical relativism, like ethical expectations change based on each country's culture. Coca-Cola adjusts products and marketing to fit local values as well. They also have they use integrated social contracts theory. They must follow both global ethical standards and local cultural norms, focus on fairness, honesty, environmental responsibility, and the company ethical standards emphasize honesty, fairness, and responsibility, policies to prevent discrimination and support diversity as well. In the corporate culture and leadership, they have shared values. They focus on sustainability, community support, and spreading happiness. They have ingrained attitudes like longstanding focus on innovation and quality. They also do company traditions like iconic campaigns, Santa, polar bears. They also have history of product innovation and packaging updates, tradition of community involvement, and global goodwill. They do leadership practices encouraging teamwork, creativity, and customer focus. Leaders act as coaches and mentors, and they promote communication as well. So my opinion and recommendations. Based on everything in this analysis, I recommended that the CEO should move forward with expanding into new markets. Definitely, I think there's a rise in specifically energy drinks. I think that they could probably maybe tap into energy drinks and maybe coffee as well. They could definitely tap into that. They have all the resources, experience, and strong reputation needed to grow successfully. I feel like they could also maybe tap into more of food. I know that their competitors like Pepsi owns some food companies as well. So I think that they could grow a lot with tapping into different markets, and they could make a lot more money as well. Like I said, they have the resources and experience, but the company just needs to stay aware of issues like water usage, environmental concerns, and cultural differences so it could avoid problems and keep a positive image. If Coca-Cola continues to build a strong relationship and act responsibly, expanding into new markets is a smart move for the future. My conclusion is, after looking at Coca-Cola's business and how it works in different countries, there are three main things to remember about the negotiation process and how the company grows. First, Coca-Cola has a huge advantage because its brand is known almost everywhere, which makes it easier for them to work with new partners and enter new markets. Second, the company is really good at adjusting to different cultures and rules, like creating new flavors for certain countries or following local laws about sugar and water use. Third, Coca-Cola is focused on being responsible through things like better environmental practices and supporting communities, which helps the company build trust, which is extremely important when working with new regions or governments.